Strap in, fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
It's time to light a fuse. Really want it like fire. Yeah. Right rear racing, we're bringing the heat. Burning rubber and mics, got you up out your seat. Life live on the track or the digital stream. We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane scene. Tires spinning, fans grinning. Right rear's live, and we ain't quitting. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, we need your time. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, it's your time.
And good evening here on Right Rear Racing as we bring you round number 3 of the Regal Promotions Demolition Tour here at Kern Raceway on the mini racetrack here. Looks like we're going to have about 7 drivers here tonight, and no rules, no cautions. All black flags will be cleared. It should be a complete mayhem, and I apologize that we did not show last week as we had computer issues. And just to give you a rundown, I believe Jimbo Rooney ended up winning in week number 2, as well as he won week number 1 and week number 2. Can someone take out Jimbo Rooney and not let him win once again? And a huge shout out to the sponsors here with Regal Promotions. We have Third Party Gaming, which is your white flag sponsor. Right now, we have the Admin Box Drivers Meeting going on. Your Apex Graphics for your Victory Lane sponsor. Dirt Series Promotions for your Pit Road sponsor. We're not going to have Pit Road here for this series. We do have the F&D Awareness Driver of the Year Award and Last Lap Hero sponsor. The Full Throttle Motorsports is your green flag sponsor Right Rear Racing is your presenting sponsor here. We also have your RPES shop warm-up session sponsor, which they're all out there doing currently. Then we also have Sweet Tea Gang for your practice sponsor. I guess that would be here with TJ Visuals, Fastest Lap sponsor, and your Victory Fuel 4-wide sponsor, which we're not going to have a 4-wide salute here tonight, as we do hit the bottom end of your practice session here. We have roughly about a minute and a half. Jimbo Rooney's out in the lead on points, leading with 120 points. Andrew Regal's in second with 100. Jake, he's sitting there with 83 points in third. Matt Taylor in fourth with 76. And rounding out your top 5 is going to be Robert Puckett with 72 points. That's your current point standings. We also have your team points, which is going to be Regal Promotions Esports, who have Hoffman, Regal, Rooney, and Wirt with 268 points. We have Velocity Motorsports sitting in second, and that's going to be Dickinson, Navarro, Roya, and Taylor, as they have 209 points. Elite Performance Industries, who is it's going to be Farr and Slater on that team, they're sitting in third. Then we have Slide Job Syndicate, and they have 0 points, as I don't believe any of those drivers have actually showed up to race here so far. As these drivers hit the last 20 minutes here. Just give you a rundown of where the schedule is going to be at for the rest of the series here. Next week we go to Cedar Lake, followed by Langley, and then we finish out at Martinsville for your 6-week series. And the practice session is over, and we're going to set to go underway here momentarily. Again, it looks like we're going to have seven cars here, and your starting lineup is going to have the 041 of Derek out there on the pole. Josh Slater is going to be on his outside in that 30 machine. The 08 of Andrew Regal is going to be inside row number 2. Robert Puckett in the 45 is going to be outside row number 2 there. Matt Taylor in the 15 car is going to start in position number 5. In position number 6, we have Benjamin Wirt in the 14 machine. And then riding out the field is going to be Jimbo Rooney in the 27. As we're set to go underway here, and I believe actually Benjamin is going to be starting on the pole there in that 14 machine, as he's going to be in the street stock car. And Derek, he's in that truck, and the rest of the field is in late models except for Andrew Regal, who is in a big block as they work their way off in turn number 1. The pace truck lights are off, but the pace truck lights don't matter. They can hit that loud pedal and go at any time here. As you see, Derek's already taken out Benjamin. 27 of Jimbo's right there. Benjamin's going to come up there and cut off Derek. That's going to push the 27 and the 30 back up there to the front. Here comes the 3 machine of Derek. And the 14 machine is taking him out right at the start there. The green flag's dropped here, and we're underway in racing action. The 27 machine of Jimbo Rooney, he's already on his lid back there. He's went over the track there in turn 1 and 2. Derek Petit in that 41 machine is going to be leading the field as he's working on the inside there. He's trying to cut it through the infield. And Josh Slater is in second as he's working his way out over here with the 15 of Matt Taylor right there. 15 Matt Taylor's going to push him up the track and come down. We do have one on its lid again, and that's going to be Jimbo Rooney, your current points leader, as Derek's working that inside bottom of the track. He's just doing laps around the barrier there. Someone's going to put him on his lid. That's going to be the 45. The 45 of Robert Puckett flipped over your leader of Derek, as Derek has a lap on the field. The 30 machine right there is, as everyone's trying to avoid Jimbo Rooney. Josh Slater, that 30 machine, he's going to be taking the lead. And Matt Matt Taylor's flipped over on his lid, and here comes Regal trying to flip him back over. The 45 of Robert Puckett's right there. He's moved up into your second position. Derek's get back over on his wheels. Looks like he's trying to work that inside bottom again. And Regal comes in there and hits the inside, or hits the 30 and Jimbo Rooney. Again, Jimbo Rooney's on his team. We are 5 laps into this race here so far, as Matt Taylor's flipped over still, and Regal's right there and got Matt Taylor back on his wheels. Robert Puckett's right there in that 45 machine, flipping or spinning out the 08 of Andrew Regal, as Regal's right there trying to avoid that truck. The truck's still working that inside bottom of the groove. He's just making his own track down there. And we still got one up there on the wall. That's Matt Taylor is trying to get the 30 machine. The 30 car is stuck on the outside wall there. As I'm going to try to get a different look for. He's stuck on the wall there. You see, as Matt Taylor comes in there, tries to hit him out of the wall. That's where his hiccup is right now, as everyone's trying to hit him off that wall. Here comes Robert Puckett, your current leader, but Derek's getting that bottom inside track of the going around the fucking, or sorry about that, going around the wall there. And Robert Puckett in that 45 machine is going to be right there. Here comes the Benjamin in the 14 machine, trying to get Josh right there again. Josh is almost off the wall as these two come there. And now we got the 30 machine of Josh Slater off the wall there and back underway. Robert Puckett in that 45 machine, he's going to be right there still leading this field. Andrew Regal is going to be 2 laps down so far, as the 14 machine of Benjamin and the 45 both got into it. That's Benjamin's going to be on his lid, as the 45 is going to be almost in that same predicament, but he's going to get out of that situation. As Derek's on the inside wall there, he's going to ramp over the wall and high center himself right there on the infield wall. Here comes the 15 of Matt Taylor, going to try to hit him there and get him back underway most likely. Robert Puckett, and that's the 45 machine. He's been leading this field for quite a bit here, as we have 15 laps down. And the 27 of Jimbo Rooney, he's going to try to get that same thing going, getting back there on the lead lap as he's cutting through the infield there a lot here, with 15 of Matt Taylor hitting off Derek in that 15 machine. And Regal is down by 1 lap, as he's going to hit Jimbo Rooney there. Robert Puckett in that 45 machine is slowing down, and here comes Regal once again. Regal's going to try to cut the course here on coming off turn 2. And Derek's going to try to get this going here again and get back up there on the lead lap. As Derek's going down there, Regal's going up high, and Rooney's going to go follow him and then cut through. We got Benjamin in that 14 machine took out the leader in the 45 machine of Robert Puckett, as Robert Puckett's right there on the top of the 14 machine. The only one in the street stock here, as the 45 ended up on its lid. So that's going to allow Andrew Regal to make his way around once again, as he's coming down the back straight. We go and go around, and as soon as I say that, we have Derek in that 3 machine. He's going to take the lead with Andrew Regal in second. So Regal's going to go try to cut it down there once again with him and get that bottom side working. Going to get pinched on the inside wall. We have our own race right here between your 2 leaders. That's going to be Regal and Derek, as they're working around this inside wall. And here comes Jimbo Rooney, going to come in there and join the action, and they're going to take both of them out. And we're going to go back and look at that one, as Derek ends up on his lid, and that was brought to you by Jimbo Rooney in that 27 machine. As Regal is working his way around the turn 3 and 4, he's going to have 2 laps on these guys, make that 1 lap on the guys, as the 45 of Robert Puckett somehow got back over on his shoes there. The 27 machine of Jimbo Rooney, he's down quite a bit, as he's down 9 laps. He's trying to work that inside of the track and make those laps back up. As we go back up to the front with Andrew Regal in that 08 machine, he's going to try to get around the 30. He's also slowing down. The 45 of Robert Puckett trying to get back onto the lead lap. He's sitting in second. Derek in that 41 machine, or the 3, I should say, as he's still working that inside of the track, just working on the front straightaway and the inside and getting his laps knocked off. Josh Slater in that 30 machine, he's trying to make his way through there. We have the wrecking ball of Benjamin Wirt. He's going to be sitting in 6th as he's slowing down for someone. He's going to try to take him out. He's going to try to take out the leader there of Andrew Regal and missed there, so he's going to cut back through on the infield. He's coming right here trying to take him out once again and missed again. That's 2 strikes for Benjamin in that 14 machine. Jimbo Rooney, he's moved up into 6 as we go back to Benjamin here, see if he gets strike number 3 here. And it's going to be strike number 3. He's going to be out here tonight. He's going to get it here soon as he's going to hunt him back down, working the infield here once again. Trying to get back up there with him as Andrew Regal is cutting through the field. Oh, Matt Taylor's going to hit Regal there as they cut that infield wall there. And that's going to be the 27 of Jimbo Rooney finishing off Regal, and Derek's going to finish off Regal as well. And now it's still going to be Regal leading the field with a 45 of Robert Puckett getting back onto the lead lap as everyone's right here in the turn 2. Matt Taylor's going to try to get turned back around as Derek's working that inside wall, the inside of the track, and front straightaway still. Andrew Regal's going to go out there onto the big track and try to get a lap out there, with Robert Puckett still working the mini track here and trying to avoid everything. And Andrew Regal's made his way back through there. He's the only one that's going to the big track. He's tired of working that small track and going to get his laps in, but is Robert Puckett going to take over the lead here soon as Josh Slater in that 30 machine has moved up into 2nd. And we got one that's stuck on the wall. That's going to be, I believe, Jimbo Rooney. Jimbo Rooney's high center there on the infield wall. As Regal has 2 laps, 1 lap on Josh Slater in that 30 machine, as Regal's going to try to take Jimbo off the wall there, and I don't know if he's going to complete it, as the 14 machine of Benjamin, he is on his lid there on the infield, and here comes the 15 of Matt Taylor, going to try to flip him back over and get him back on his wheels. He's back on his wheels, ready to go with the racing action here, and again it's still Regal leading the field with Matt Taylor hitting him there, and Josh Slater is going to take the lead over just momentarily as those two are going into the turn there. Regal's maintaining his lead, and we're not even through the halfway point yet as we try to keep up with all this action here. The 14 of Benjamin, he's going to be right there trying to take out your leader once again. Josh Slater in that 30 machine is going to take over the lead. As Regal's in 2nd now, he's going to look to go down a lap here with the 14 machine of Benjamin and the 08 of Regal still hitting each other, going through 3 and 4, and Josh Slater is 1 lap ahead of Regal now with the 45. Well, that was going to be the 3 machine of Derek that was on his side there just momentarily. There's the 14 of Benjamin. He's going to go ahead and take out Regal once again, and now the 30 machine is going to make another lap around Regal, and that's going to be 2 laps on Regal there. Here comes the 14 of Benjamin. He's the one to watch out for. He's going to go there and hit everyone. He's going to line it up here. He's going to probably take out the 30 machine here momentarily. As soon as I say that, Jimbo Rooney is coming through the infield and taking them out. And here comes Regal working that bottom inside wall once again, trying to get his laps down on Josh Slater here, as Josh is going to hit Jimbo. The 14 machine is going to hit Regal there, and they're piling it up here in off turn 2. As the 27 machine is going to try to put the 30 machine on his lid, and Josh Slater is going to come back down and come back around here. Here comes Matt Taylor in that 15 machine. He's going to watch out for him. I believe he's going to try to square up and hit someone here, as Regal's now 1 lap down here and sitting in 2nd, trying to get that bottom side going. And we're going to go back up there, or back to your leader, as the 14 does a good pit and maneuver there on the 30. The 15 machine of Matt Taylor is right there in 2nd. The 3 of Derek, he's still getting that bottom side going. Josh Slater still right there and still leads the field by 1 lap. We're nearing the halfway point here of your 100 lap race here at Kern Raceway on the mini dirt tracks race here. The 14 and the 8, they've been kind of hitting each other all day. and having blast with it, the 45. And that was a good hard hit there, set from Derek to Andrew. And Josh Slater is trying to hold off Benjamin there, having Benjamin hit him a few times. As Josh is now hitting the halfway point here, and we're on lap number 51. And someone's on his lid over there, as Regal's going to the bigger track there. The 27 of Jimbo Rooney is back on his lid, going to turn number 1. And getting pushed by Matt Taylor, trying to flip him back over. Derek's getting that the front straightaway. Again, he's running his own little race, doing that front straightaway, just going around the wall. And the 27 of Jimbo Rooney, no, that was 27. That was the 15 of Matt Taylor. He flew off the outside of the track there. Derek's moved up into your second position as he's getting that bottom groove going. He's going to try to close that gap between him and Josh, as he's only 2 laps down. Oh, and Josh got contact there from the 45 and the 27. That's going to allow the 41 or the 3 machine here try to cut it down, but Jimbo Rooney is going to be right there and stopping him from just running the inside. Josh Slater's going to try to do it now as he's looking to cut the infield, and Jimbo Rooney's going to try to follow suit here and take him out. And they lined up there, and we got a swing and a miss from Derek in the 3 machine, but Jimbo and that 27 machine ended up hitting the 30. We got some good contact here. Trying to find the rest of the field here. Robert Puckett in that 45 machine, he's moved up into your second position. He's 3 laps down, but him and Derek are both battling it out for moving up into second. Andrew Regal, he's had enough of it on the short track. He's went out to the outside and running on the big track or the pits here. Also with Benjamin, he's doing the same thing. As Benjamin's coming through, he's going to try to take out the leader here in that 30 machine. And as soon as he does, he takes out your third place runner as well of Robert Puckett in that 45. As Derek's still getting that inside going. They have closed the gap there. They closed up the gap just a little bit. I believe they are 2 laps down still. The 30 machine is going to look to cut the infield there and still stay on the track, as Robert Puckett in the 45 machine is going to be right there as well. Jimbo Rooney is getting pushed by Benjamin in that 14 machine. And Regal's made his way back to the infield track here where we're actually running. He's had a few laps out there on that bigger track and made him work pretty good there, as these drivers are just working that infield wall and catching back up. As you see, the 14 machine of Benjamin, he's going to come strong off turn 4 off the big track here and come out and take the 45 of Robert Puckett. I knew that he was going to come in there hot and try to hit someone coming off turn 4, and he sure did there. And Derek's now on the lead lap, trying to make the pass once again. But we do have Josh Slater right there. Right, and taking out Puckett. And Slater's going to try to sneak underneath Benjamin. Here comes Benjamin coming through the infield. He's going to try to hit him. And he swung and a miss and hit the outside wall pretty hard there. And then comes down and stops Jimbo Rooney there. As Josh Slater's working his way, trying to work the infield here. I believe Derek's going to get that inside going. We have Jimbo Rooney. On the inside wall there. The 08 of Andrew Regal. He's going to be right there. The 15 of Matt Taylor tried to help Jimbo and ended up flipping on his lid right there. And the 30 machine of Josh Slater is going to make contact, as well as Andrew Regal and Matt Taylor's back on his shoes, ready to go. The 30 machine still leading the field here. He's on lap number 68 And Derek's on lap number, started on his lap number 68 here. Seems like everyone's trying to get their laps back and cutting this corner pretty well and get back onto the lead lap. Derek in that 3 machine is trying to clear, and Regal's right there trying to keep up with everything. Regal's going to make contact with Derek in that 41 in the 3 machine, or 41 on your ticker there. He's going to cut in front of the Derek there as well. And I believe Derek is close to being a lap down here, but something happened, or doesn't have a right rear tire on his car right now, waiting for it to get back on there. That's going to allow Derek to take over the lead here. And now Derek in that 3 machine on that truck. In that truck, he's leading the field, as he's going to still cut that infield there and lead us to lap number 73 done, 74 done, sorry. Make that 75 now in the books. We have 25 laps remaining here. Can someone end up getting Derek on the bottom here, as Josh Slater's looking to run the track around the track here and get it going. He's back up there in the lead, but we do have a close battle between Derek and Josh. That's a 14 machine. Benjamin takes out Josh. That's going to take Josh out of the contention there, as Josh is on his lid. We're going to go back and take another look at Josh as well, as Regal tried to flip him back over. And now Benjamin helped him flip back over onto his shoes to get going here for the rest of the race. He's going to spin out right there in front of the field, and then he's going to cut back up in front of Robert Puckett, as the truck of Derek still leading the field with 79 laps in the books here. And Benjamin's is trying to chase him here to take him out. And 20 laps remaining here tonight, the 15, and Matt Taylor's trying to take out the truck as they go in there in turn number 1, and ended up, looked like got on there and clicked on there and would not let go. And Jimbo Rooney's back up in the front, or back up to the front of the picture now somehow, as it's still Derek in that truck there. Josh Slater still trying to get his way around, as Josh Slater has moved it into your second position now in that 30 machine. Derek still getting that, just working around that wall and getting those laps ticked off and trying to stay clear of all the mayhem that is happening here, as just your top 3 drivers are doing all the same thing there, kind of working that infield, as Jimbo Rooney's running in third. The 14 machine of Benjamin is going to hit head on with your leader, and that was Derek. But that's going to allow Josh Slater in that 30 machine to get back around here in your last 15 laps, and Regal ends up taking out the 45. That's going to be Robert Puckett in that 45 machine. Josh Slater still in the lead. Here comes Jimbo Rooney. Derek's going to hit the 30 of Josh, and Jimbo Rooney's back up into the front. He's won the first 2 weeks. Can someone take him out to let Josh Slater or another person win here tonight? As Jimbo's working the infield, just working around that wall, trying to dodge Benjamin and Regal, as Regal's going to try to park it right there in front of him, going to make contact with Matt Taylor. As Jimbo's nearing the last 10 laps here. I believe we have 11 laps remaining here tonight. Can someone take out Jimbo? Here comes the 30 of Josh Slater. He's not going to take him out. And we got monster trucks going on here with the 3 and the 14, as the 3 ended up ramping up on Benjamin, as the 30 of Josh Slater's going to try to take out your leader. And Andrew Regal's going to come in there and do the exact same thing on Derek, as Jimbo Rooney does have 9 laps remaining, as he's trying to dodge all the mayhem that's thrown at him, as he's going to lose his left front now due to Benjamin making contact with him on the nose. Can Derek or Josh ended up taking over the lead, as Josh is trying to get that turn going there. Looks like his right front's broke, currently waiting for it to fix itself once again, as Jimbo Rennie does have 3 laps on the rest of the field. Benjamin is going to end up spinning out Jimbo there on the front straightaway. Now Jimbo's going to try to dodge Ben. Robert Puckett's on his lid over there with Josh Slater trying to make the pass again for second, as Jimbo Rennie is making another contact there. He's going to have 2 laps on the rest of the field, as he's currently on lap number 95. And the 45 is back on his lid once again. And that's your top 2 drivers right there, but that's going to be a field of separation of 2 laps. As for the 3 of Derek's going to ramp Benjamin again in that 14 machine. Matt Taylor's going to try to help, I believe, Robert Puckett get back on his shoes, but did not do successful there. As we are coming around the made-up track here, getting the white flag, it's going to be Jimbo Rennie leading the field. He's going to make contact with Regal there, going to cut through there and get the win here again for week number 3. Winning 3 weeks in a row here. We're going to hear from your top 3 here momentarily, as Derek's still trying to get up there and get his laps done, as Derek's going to be in second place here, taking second away from Josh Slater. Slater's going to be in third. Robert Puckett, he's still back there on his roof, trying to get hit a few times to get back onto his shoes and finish out this race, as he's currently sitting in fourth. And the race is actually over. They're just having extracurricular activities over here. And just to give you the rundown of your results here tonight, Jimbo Rennie once again takes the win in that 27 machine. Derek Petit in the 3 machine on that truck is going to be in second. Josh Slater in third. Robert Puckett fourth. Matt Taylor fifth. Andrew Regal in sixth. And Ben rounds out the field. And we're going to hear from your top 3 here momentarily. And your next Regal Promotions esports action is going to be on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be your Steel City Showdown, presented by 618 Engraving and Design. That's going to happen at Lernerville, 40 laps in the 358 Modifieds. It's a custom fixed setup, and you can catch all that action live on Regal Promotions Esports. And again, we're going to be live for round number 4 of the Demolition Series next Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, or 7:30 Central. Sorry, getting the Central and Eastern all confused there. We're going to go ahead and hear from Josh Slater here, as he took home third. And Josh, do you got a copy?
I do.
Man, that was a pretty fun race there. You led majority of that race until late. Ended up getting on your lid a few times. I believe Benjamin was the one that was really taking everybody out. What was the game plan going into this track, knowing it's going to be a bull ring, and trying to avoid all the wrecking if you got into that lead like you did?
Benjamin is definitely a menace out there, that's for sure. As far as a game plan, I have no idea. This is such a fun little race, and the fact that there's no rules and you do whatever you want. I don't really know that you can come up with a strategy. I guess, trying to avoid as much as you can if you're trying to win, but at the same time, I'm not really trying to win. I'm just out there, having fun, and maybe I'll pick on a few people and, just kind of see what happens type of thing. So no strategy whatsoever on my side.
And with you leading the race early on, were you worried about everyone coming up there and taking you out? Because it seems like everyone wants to just go for the leader and take them out so that way they can get their laps back.
Yeah, for sure. That's the game plan. If there were a game plan for everybody to, try to pick on the leader, at least the top three. I know Jimbo got me a couple times and was definitely hunting for me.
And I got one last question for you before give a shout out to all your sponsors and everything. Working that infield wall, just knocking laps off, seemed like that was the go-to that everyone did.
Yeah, that was definitely a bit of a cheat code. I don't know why it took me so long to figure that out, but yeah, definitely a bit of a cheat code there, trying to get back some of the laps. But the other thing too, at one point I did get, not on the inside wall, but one of the outside walls, I got stuck to it. And it didn't matter what I did, how many times people hit me, I was just stuck. And that was definitely something I wasn't anticipating.
Yes, and watch that. You had people hitting you, and you'd inch up just a little bit every single time until you finally got off of that wall coming off before there.
Yeah, I had to clear the entire wall, so people had to hit me enough to where I cleared the entire wall, because them just hitting me wasn't really doing anything.
Yes, sir. And congratulations on finishing third here tonight for round number 3. Do you have any friends, family, or sponsors you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate Elite Performance Industries. They do a lot for me. And Undaunted Apparel, new sponsor on the car as of about a week ago. And of course, I want to thank my wife for allowing me to have the fun that I have on iRacing.
Yes, sir. And hopefully next week we catch you back here on the podium.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. You have a good one.
You too.
And there you have it, of Josh Slater. Next up, we're going to hear from second place of Derek. And Derek.
Oh, there we go.
Derek, do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy on you.
Man, that was all these races. They're fun to watch and everything. What was the? I mean, you got that inside going where you just got around that wall, inside of the wall, and got your laps knocked out quick. And being the only truck out there, I figured you'd go out there with like Ben did and start taking people out. You didn't make much contact with, from what I've seen, but your biggest obstacle. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, that race, if it was more people, I probably would have been, more focused on wrecking people. But I'm like, you know what? I want to try to get a win this time. And so about, today before the race, yesterday, I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna run the truck, the only way I'm gonna make it on fuel is if I run that inside line, as I guess you can call it.
And that makes sense now with the fuel ordeal to even get that to be able to finish the race.
I mean, heck, I'm even looking at my tire wear. If it had gone another 10 to 15 laps, I would have blown my right front tire.
And that's crazy to hear because you're just basically turning.
But yeah, and I knew when I was in the lead for the longest time, I'm like, uh-oh, I've got a big target on my back now.
And that you did. It seemed like they would make contact with you in your turn 3 and 4 there, and it messed you up a little bit, and you got high center on that wall a few times.
But yeah, but it was one of those things where I was just like, you know what, I know whatever car Ben was running, whatever pro late models and the one big block, I know they wouldn't be able to take the turns exactly like I was. And so when I got high center, yeah, that was fine. No, I wasn't too worried. Just kind of doing that rocking back and forth motion, and thank God I got hit and dislodged me.
Yep. And Again, congratulations on finishing second here tonight on round number 3. Do you have any friends, family, or sponsors you'd like to give a shout out to?
I just want to shout out, everyone who, supports me doing this, is always there for me. Everyone at KBM, they're probably laughing at how my interview's going right now because I rarely get interviewed. But to be exact, Casey Berry, Nick Larry, Clay Johnson, and one of the people that always hangs out, even Jackson Sutton, all of them. They make it fun.
Yes, sir. All the people that help out with at any of race in real life or over here on the sim, seems like they always make it fun.
Oh, most definitely. Now, I never came from a driver standpoint in real life, but I did work on a car or two in my day. Heck, even third place driver Josh Slater, he's the one that got me introduced into racing and working on a car.
Oh. Again, congratulations on your second place finish here tonight, and hopefully next week we get you back on the podium, but one position higher.
Oh, hell yeah, most definitely.
You have a good night, sir.
You as well.
And there you have it, your second place runner of Derek. And now we're going to hear from your 3-time winner here, winning all 3 weeks. And Jimbo, do you got a copy?
Yeah, how's it going, Donnie?
It's going pretty good, man. That's 3 weeks in a row taking a win. Early on, you got put on your lid, lost some track there, and then came back through there and took the win. What was kind of going through your mind after being on your lid for so long and being down?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I went on my lid on lap 1 and went down 11 laps. And then I started bringing it back a little bit, and then went on my lid again and back down 11 laps. I believe I did that 3 times. And I was like, no way, I'm going to, this looks like the one where I'm going to end up hitting everybody else, whatever. And then I kind of just ran that bottom and, like, saw Donnie doing it and, like, Josh and stuff. I was like, oh, I'll just, maybe they'll forget about me because I'm so many laps down. That's kind of what happens when people get by Ben and Andrew and, like, Matt, everybody targeting everybody. They don't think of you because you're in the back. And then by the time I snuck my way up 1 lap at a time, and then, I can't believe I put Donnie 3 laps down there at the end. I got super lucky. And at the very end, I actually thought that I had already passed the checkered, and I went and helped try to take Robert Puckett off the wall, and I'm like just like doing a donut, and then I'm like, it's like white flag. I'm like, oh crap, I haven't crossed the finish line yet. So I raced Donnie to the line, thinking I was maybe gonna lose, but I can't believe I was like 2 laps ahead of him.
So that makes sense of what we just saw on the replay here, because I have you on the replay right now on the broadcast, and everything that you just explained makes sense of why you went to try to take Robert off the wall and come back through and hit Derek there on the front straightaway.
Yeah, yep. I would have gone. I'm like, oh, okay, because it said the laps go so fast. It's hard to pay attention. So I'm like, all right, I did it. And then I'm like, I'll just go take Robert out now. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, it was wild. It was wild.
Yes, especially being on the mini side of things. But it seemed like everyone had fun here tonight, and being 11 laps down, then coming back, still taking the win. That's good there. Like 2 times, 3 times being down 11 laps and coming back through there.
Yeah. I thought it was bad the first couple races where I was a bunch of laps down, but geez, this time was like way crazier. I never thought I was going to get it back this time. The laps were so short and easy. I found my talent. I wish I could go win some money in these type of races.
Right.
Born to be a demolition racer, I guess.
Yeah. And do you have any friends, family, or sponsors you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Riga Promotions Esports. They're always just putting on a hell of a race for me, and it's a great team to be on. I've been on with them for a while, and it's always good to get them a win. And yeah, let's see if we can maybe sweep this whole series if I get lucky. The trick is just don't lead in the beginning.
Yes, that's always the trick there. Again, congratulations on taking home the victory here tonight. That's a three-peat for you, and hopefully, like you said, we'll hear you back from you again on the podium, still in this position
Awesome.
next week, man.
All right, Donnie, thanks a lot. And I
Yep.
appreciate you putting on these broadcasts. They're really good. So thanks a lot for doing that.
Yep, thanks. Welcome, sir, and thank you.
Have a good one.
Yep, you too, man. And there you have it, your top 3 finishes here tonight, as that one was Jimbo Rooney, your winner here tonight. Again, he's won 3 races so far, and trying to win the last half of the season now with the next 3 races left on the board. And just a reminder that next week on May 3rd, we're going to go to Cedar Lake. Followed by that, we're going to go to Langley and then round out the season at Martinsville for the Demolition Tour. All those races will start here on Right Rear Racing at 7:30 Central. Thanks for joining in here tonight, and we'll catch you next time here on Right Rear Racing.
Checkered flag flying, it's the end of the show. From dirt to the blacktop, we let it all go. Burning rubber, slamming gears, making hearts race. If you miss the heat, catch the highlight, press play. Right rear racing, lights out, that's a wrap. From the front straight to the back, we attacked every lap. Don't blink, don't sleep, we'll be back in your feed. With the throttle wide open and a need for speed. The drama, the thrill, the slide jobs and spins. Legends born in the booth and on tracks we win. Facebook, YouTube, hit subscribe and stay loud. We ain't slowing down, just saving it for the next round. Broadcast signed off, but the fire still burns. Catch us next time, where the story continues at full send. Joe, right rear racing, we out.